When the Hand Ninja Clan, under the guidance of their brand new leader Frank Castle, comes to blows with the followers of Ares, the god of war, will anyone truly be safe, or will the streets run red? Well, let's hop into the pages of Punisher issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? So that as we join the book, we're treated to yet another flashback to young teenage Frank. Not long after committing his first murder, it's completely changed his life. But not in the way you might expect. He's gotten a taste for it, and now he really can't think of anything else. He's also fighting with his unseen and unsupportive parents who say if he doesn't straighten up and fly right, they're going to ship him off to the army, which might be exactly what he wants to begin with. Now, I've been complaining about these flashbacks in the past, saying that they don't really gel for me, that they don't feel necessary, and that they kind of paint Frank as a rather cliche ticking time bomb. But you know what? Wait for it, put a pin in that idea, because by the end of this story, because my take will have completely changed on the subject. Now, back in the present, Frank is lopping off the heads of evildoers from all over the world that have been rounded up by his brand new ninja servants. Granted, he doesn't have near as many heads to chop today, because it would seem that the Archpriestess has gone over Frank's head to direct more of their forces to the ever-growing battle with Ares, the god of war, and his followers. Interesting how the priestess keeps claiming up and down that Frank is the leader that the Hand needs, but doesn't trust him enough to run his own affairs. Now, some of the Hand ninjas had actually survived their encounter with Ares at the end of the previous issue. The Archpriestess wants them all executed for their failure in keeping with Hand tradition. After all, there is no greater sin for the followers of the beast than failure, right? Only here's the thing, Frank doesn't want to kill these people. He doesn't think failing a mission is cause for death, and even if it does go against the Hand religious belief, he's not really fully sold on that stuff either. The Archpriestess tries to play this mercy off as something it's not. Ah, yes, of course, my great High Slayer, you shouldn't have to sully your hand killing these cowards, they should have to kill themselves. Only for the Punisher to once again go, hey, lady, stop putting words in my mouth, am I in charge or are you? There's of course also still the matter of Maria, who is occupying quite a lot of Frank's time when he's not out there doing dirty ninja business. Her mind is still sadly very fractured and lost. She doesn't know where she is, and she keeps asking Frank a lot of hard questions about the children that he's afraid to answer. Also, if the Punisher thought enemies from outside the Hand were dangerous, he ain't seen nothing yet, because there are plenty of people within the Greater Hand organization who believe that he and the Archpriestess are heretics destined to bring this once great organization to ruin. Because of that, they have sent two very famous Hand-affiliated assassins, Lady Bullseye and Lord Deathstrike, to try and kill Frank and wrestle control of the Hand back to its original masters. Now, while all of that is going on, we actually check back on in with Ares. He's in Madripoor following another great battle that has taken place in his name. It seems that all these high-tech weapons he's been flooding the streets with are really starting to pay dividends in bloodshed. Last week, these Madripoor gangs were killing each other with broken bottles, but now they have Hulk-busting weapons. Furthermore, Ares goes on to cut one a hell of a badass monologue, saying that he first left Olympus in the days when man still cast stones at each other. But after him, they soon learned to sharpen them into deadlier weapons, and ever since then, Ares has only ever felt truly whole, truly complete when planting the seeds of war. Despite his dalliances as a father and an avenger, this is always who he was meant to be, a primal force of death. Yet despite all of his recent success, Ares is troubled. He's troubled because of Frank Castle. Whether he knew it or not, Frank Castle, the Punisher, used to be one of the greatest acolytes of war. Always ready for a fight, always ready to kill. It didn't matter if he had a knife or a gun, he'd be able to take down a whole army just because it was the sort of guy he was. But now the Hand has turned him, corrupted him. They brought back his wife, and in doing so reminded him what it was to be human. They gave him something to lose, and well, Ares is all sorts of pissed at the Archpriestess for this. Ares also talks mad shit about the beast as a god, saying that it's not even a particularly good designed god, he's a big fat lizard monster. Why would people ever revere something that looked like this, let alone now in an era when Ares knows better than anyone that the gods don't listen to humanity anymore and haven't for centuries? Despite this verbal beatdown though, the Archpriestess stays resolute, saying that everything is going to plan. that Maria was always the key to turning Frank Castle into everything the Hand wanted him to be. But guess what? She wasn't the only thing, and we discover this during the battle with Lady Bullseye and Lord Deathstrike. They say that the Archpriestess can't be trusted, that she's underhanded even by Hand standards, and that she may very well have actually manipulated Frank Castle's memories against him. Oh. So this really actually is Secret Empire with the Punisher. Alright, I can dig it. Those flashbacks we've been seeing have been so weird because they're almost certainly fake. But guess what? There's more. The Archpriestess actually hired Lady Bullseye and Lord Deathstrike to go after the Punisher and try to kill him, even though he's not a master with the sword yet. The priestess figured in his desperation to try and save not only his life, but the life of a very still vulnerable Maria, Frank would end up tapping into the beast powers even more. Which is exactly what he ends up doing. The Punisher kills Lord Deathstrike in very flashy, over-the-top fashion before eventually rallying the rest of his troops for one final push against Ares. As a parting gift, the Archpriestess brings before Frank a brand new arm of the Hand army. It's the shamed Hand ninjas from before, only this time they're black-suited and have ended up adopting the Punisher's own unique skull symbol. The similarities go a lot deeper than that too. The Archpriestess said to truly recreate these men in the image of the Punisher, she went out of her way to murder their entire families in front of them. And it's at this point right here Frank Castle ends up having the ultimate Popeye moment. You know what? I've taken all I can stands and I can't stands no more. Lady, you are crazy for Cocoa Puffs. I am killing my way out of here and I am taking my newly resurrected wife with me. Screw this ninja club, I'm going home. And it's on that note right there the comic comes to a close, everyone. And so that was Punisher issue number 4. And man, you know what? This is the issue that I think really ends up bringing the series together. Jason Aaron not only manages to answer my most burning questions in a single issue, but he ends up completely reframing the story we've been reading so far, while also managing to respect Frank Castle's intelligence and past characterization. Yes, he's more than happy to kill indiscriminately and use the Hand's vast resources to do it, but even he has lines he's not willing to cross. I think the best material in this issue, though, actually goes to Ares and the Archpriestess. They're essentially fighting over the Punisher's soul. I'd call them an angel and devil on his shoulder, but let's face it, they're both devils. It's also really interesting, too, for them to try and add a lot more importance to Maria as a character. Obviously, her and the kids die so early in the Punisher's history, and no writer has ever bothered to write more about them. And even if she is a shadow of whatever her former self was in the story, I like the idea that she is the thing that could ultimately rescue Frank, but ultimately the thing that could damn him too. Overall, I'd feel comfortable giving this one a very positive 8 out of 10. I think this series has really taken a turn, and if you dropped off, maybe you should hop back on in and see where this new stuff is going.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quests. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.